At dawn, an honor guard from the People's Liberation Army performs this ceremony in Tiananmen Square. It happens every single morning, even this week when the whole world is descending on Beijing for the Olympic Games. Raising the flag here is one of the few things about China that hasn't changed since the days of Chairman Mao. China, a nation which has become so important to so many, yet which remains understood by so few, is in the process of transforming itself. And in doing so, is transforming the world.
An example is...
Tonight, I report on China from 4 continents. China is so big and growing so fast that its global impact can only be understood from the inside out. Good evening, I'm Bob Woodruff. The last time I stood here was in 1989 during the student uprisings. It was when my career as a journalist began. I'd come to China to teach law to Chinese students, but what was happening here was remarkable, frightening, and too important to ignore. Change was coming and no one knew where it was all going to lead. Now, 19 years later, China is changing faster than any country on the planet.
The rise of China is the single most important geopolitical event in the 21st century. And the implications of the rise are enormous.
China has gone global. And unlike the United States, the Chinese are not distracted by wars half a world away or growing resentment of their expanding influence. Do you think that a rising China is a threat to the United States?
Definitely not. Why we should be the threat? In what terms?
The only countries that China will not make deals with are those that support total independence for Taiwan, which few countries, including the United States, do anymore.
China isn't going to go away. It is back on the world stage in a way it hasn't been for a very long time, and it's something we absolutely need to understand.
Over the last 25 years, China has lifted more people out of poverty than any society in history. So if you're the government today, you feel this incredible pressure to keep that economic engine going.
The Chinese are expanding their influence around the world for one reason: to make it possible for more and more of their people to live like we do.